The greatest lie ever sold to you wasn't about politics. It wasn't about religion. It wasn't even about happiness. It was about money. You were trained to believe wealth is complicated, that it belongs to geniuses, to the lucky, to the connected, to the chosen. But wealth isn't complicated. It's strategic. And the reason you don't have it isn't because you're stupid. It's because you're playing the wrong game. While you were taught to be obedient, the powerful were taught to be effective. While you were told to be nice, they were taught to be necessary. 500 years ago, one man saw this clearly. Niccolò Machiavelli wrote a manual on power that most people misunderstand. It wasn't about cruelty. It was about realism. And today, I'm going to show you the operating system the wealthy actually use. It's not polite. It's not sentimental, but it works. If you're easily offended, this is your exit. If you're ready to stop being controlled by invisible rules, stay, because once you see the board clearly, you can never be a pawn again. Let's dismantle the illusion. Wealth is not mystical. It is arithmetic. You have been conditioned to attach emotion to money, guilt, fear, morality, pride. But money itself is neutral. It is simply a measurement of value exchanged. The problem is not your intelligence. The problem is your framework. Most people are operating under a moral code designed for stability, not dominance. You were taught, work hard, be loyal, save what you can, wait your turn. But the market does not reward loyalty. It rewards leverage. This is where the prince becomes relevant, not as politics, but as psychology. Machiavelli observed something most people still refuse to accept. The world does not reward the good. It rewards the effective. And effectiveness in the market comes down to one thing: solving pain. Stop following passion. Passion is emotional. Wealth is structural. Money flows toward the removal of suffering. The larger the problem, the more urgent the pain, the higher the reward. A heart surgeon earns more than someone cleaning floors, not because of morality, but because the pain they solve is existential. If someone's heart stops, nothing else matters. If a floor is dirty, it can wait. This is not cruelty. It is prioritization. Look at your life right now. Are you being paid for time? Or transformation? If you clock in and clock out, you are renting your lifespan for a fixed rate. That is a capped game. The wealthy do not sell hours. They sell outcomes. And more importantly, they position themselves where they cannot be easily replaced. Machiavelli advised rulers to ensure they were needed, not loved. Love is emotional. Need is structural. If your boss likes you, you can still be fired. If your boss depends on you for revenue, strategy, or relationships, you become leverage. Ask yourself honestly, what pain do I solve that is expensive, urgent, and specific? If your answer is vague, you are vulnerable. Replaceable skills create replaceable incomes. Scarcity creates pricing power. You were raised on the donkey doctrine. Work harder. Keep your head down. Eventually, you'll be rewarded. Reality disproves this daily. If effort equaled wealth, construction workers would be billionaires. But markets do not pay for effort. They pay for impact. And impact is amplified by leverage. There are three primary forms of leverage. 1. Labor other people's time. 2. Capital, other people's money. 3. Code and media, systems that work without you. This video itself is an example. It is recorded once. It can generate value indefinitely. That is leverage. If your income stops the moment you stop working, you are in a trap. Wealth becomes simple when you ask one question: how do I detach income from my presence? A business is a machine. An investment portfolio is a machine. Digital content is a machine. Software is a machine. The wealthy spend early years building machines. The poor spend their entire lives being the machine. Which are you building? Here's a painful truth. You are not paid what you are worth. You are paid what you are perceived to be worth. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Niccolò Machiavelli. In the wealth game, perception is not vanity. It is leverage. 2 consultants. Consultant A is brilliant, but insecure, underpriced, and desperate. Consultant B is average but polished, scarce, and confident. Who earns more? The market assumes expensive equals valuable. It assumes scarce equals in demand. Price is a signal. Raise your price and you don't just increase income. You change the audience you attract. Stop pricing based on your effort. Price based on the transformation delivered. Audit your image, your speech, your digital footprint, your boundaries, your availabilities. Are you signaling commodity or authority? Wealth flows toward authority. If this is shifting how you see money, pause for a second, hit the like button, subscribe, because the next video will go even deeper into the psychological mechanics of power, leverage, and positioning, and you don't want to miss it. Now let's continue. You don't need more ideas. You need fewer distractions. Your environment either multiplies you or dilutes you. Machiavelli wrote extensively about maintaining power by removing instability. Your life is no different. Poverty spreads through. Language, I can't afford it. Habits, escaping instead of building. Tolerance, accepting mediocrity. You are not the average of the 5 people around you. You are the standard you tolerate. If you tolerate excuses, you absorb them. If you tolerate low ambition, you normalize it. Mindsets are contagious, and so is discipline. Remove what does not build the asset. Friends, apps, habits, environments. If it does not contribute to your machine, it is overhead. Focus is the new IQ. In a world addicted to distraction, the person who can work uninterrupted for 4 hours is unstoppable. Getting rich is simple. It requires subtraction more than addition. We've dismantled the illusion. You now understand that wealth is not mystical. It is structural. It flows toward pain solved, leverage applied, perception controlled, and distractions eliminated. But earning money is only the first layer. Many people make money. Few keep it. Fewer multiply it. Almost none convert it into freedom. This is where most ambitious people fail. They win battles, but lose the war. And if you study the mindset of Niccolò Machiavelli in The Prince, you'll notice something critical. Acquiring power is one skill. Maintaining power is another. Let's go deeper. The world does not celebrate this truth, but it operates on it. Everything is trying to separate you from your capital. Governments through taxes, corporations through marketing, friends through expectations, lifestyle through ego, inflation through time. If you earn $500,000 but spend $500,000, you are not wealthy. You are a conduit. Money passed through you. Real wealth is not income. It is retained capital that produces more capital. That is the fortress. Most people build income streams. The wealthy build reservoirs. And here is the rule that separates the two. Never use labor income to buy lifestyle upgrades. Use assets to buy lifestyle upgrades. If you work harder to buy a luxury car, the car owns you. It requires maintenance, insurance, attention. It demands continued labor. But if you build an asset, a business, equity, digital property, investment, and that asset pays for the car, then the asset works for you. The wealthy do not reward themselves from effort. They reward themselves from systems. This requires emotional discipline, because the system constantly whispers, you deserve it. Upgrade now. Treat yourself. But indulgence before insulation is self-sabotage. You must build the moat before decorating the castle. A fortress without protection invites invasion. And in modern terms, protection means emergency capital, asset diversification, legal structure, silent wealth. The loudest man in the room is often the most leveraged in debt. Real power is quiet. If your income increases, resist the urge to announce it. Resist the urge to display it. Freedom is the flex. The ability to wake up on a Tuesday at 11 a.m. and decide your day. That is a symbol of wealth. Not the watch, not the car, not the applause. Here is a concept most people avoid because it is uncomfortable. You are dying, not dramatically, mathematically. Every hour that passes is permanently gone. The poor sell time. The wealthy buy it back. That is the real divide. When you perform $20 per hour tasks, you are declaring your life is worth $20 per hour. When you argue to save $5 in line for 40 minutes, you are pricing your existence cheaply. Wealthy individuals obsess over effective hourly rate. If your target is financial freedom, your time must eventually be worth hundreds of dollars per hour, not because of ego, but because of leverage. If you are doing tasks that can be outsourced cheaply, you are misallocating your lifespan. But I can't afford help. You can't afford not to. At first, you reinvest aggressively. You outsource low-value tasks to focus on high-value skill building. You automate repetitive processes. You eliminate unnecessary obligations. Every time you say yes to something trivial, you say no to something transformational. Guard your time like a dragon guards gold. Do not attend meetings that could be emails. Do not explain yourself to people who drain clarity. Do not accept pick-your-brain invitations without boundaries. Scarcity increases value. If your time is always available, it is treated as cheap. The goal is simple. Detach income from hours, and then protect the hours you have left. When your money works while you sleep, and your time is reserved for strategy, you begin to taste autonomy. Autonomy is wealth. Everything else is decoration. You were taught to play fair. Markets do not reward fairness. They reward asymmetry. Asymmetry means limited downside, unlimited upside. A salaried job has limited upside. You will never 10x your income next month unexpectedly, but it has concentrated downside. If terminated, income stops. That is fragile positioning. Contrast that with a scalable business, equity ownership, intellectual property, digital distribution, investments in exponential markets. Yes, they carry risk, but their upside is non-linear. One successful product can change your financial trajectory permanently. One viral asset can compound for years. The wealthy search for asymmetric bets. They are willing to risk small losses for disproportionate gains. This is not gambling. It is strategic positioning. And here's where identity comes in. What is your unfair advantage? Your geography? Your network? Your language? Your obsession? Your skill stack? Most people try to become balanced. Balanced people make stable employees. Unbalanced, specialized, obsessed individuals create leverage. Find your spike. Sharpen it relentlessly. If you are strong in communication, dominate media. If you are strong in analysis, dominate strategy. If you are strong in persuasion, dominate sales. General competence earns survival. Specific dominance earns wealth. Machiavellian strategy emphasized striking at weaknesses, not fighting symmetrical battles. Do not compete where competition is dense. Find inefficiencies. Exploit gaps. Position where others are blind. That is asymmetry. Hope feels good. It is also powerless. I hope I get promoted. I hope the economy improves. I hope this works. Hope transfers control outward. Structure pulls control inward. Everything we've discussed, leverage, retention, asymmetry, time is mechanical, but mechanics don't build wealth. Identity does, because you can understand strategy and still sabotage yourself. If you are emotionally attached to approval, comfort, or safety, this is where the real transformation happens. The final barrier between you and wealth is not skill. It is self-concept. Most people want better results without becoming a different person. That's impossible. You cannot operate with peasant psychology and expect sovereign outcomes. In The Prince, Niccolò Machiavelli makes something clear. Fortune favors the bold, not the hopeful. Hope is passive. Boldness is structural. Hope says maybe things will change. Boldness says, I will change things. There is a version of you that still wants permission, still wants applause, still wants to be understood. That version must go, because wealth isolates before it liberates. You will think differently from your friends. You will prioritize differently from your family. You will delay gratification while others indulge. And at first, that feels like loss. But it's not loss, it's transition. The architect cannot think like the crowd living inside the building. The architect sees blueprints when others see walls. That's your shift. Stop reacting to circumstances. Start designing them. Stop asking, what do I feel like doing? Start asking, what builds the asset? Emotion creates inconsistency. Structure creates momentum. The wealthy are not always more talented. They are more disciplined in identity. They do not negotiate with their mission. They wake up and execute whether they feel inspired or not. That is the separation. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Once you see the game clearly, you cannot go back to ignorance. You will struggle to tolerate mediocrity. You will struggle to participate in complaint culture. You will struggle to waste time. That discomfort is growth. It means you're shedding a smaller version of yourself. The path to wealth is not glamorous. It is repetitive. Acquire skill. Solve expensive pain. Charge premium. Convert profit to assets. Protect capital. Buy back time. Repeat. Simple. Not easy, but simple. The only variable left is you. Are you willing to become the outlier? Are you willing to be misunderstood temporarily to gain freedom permanently? Because wealth is not about money. It's about autonomy. The ability to choose your schedule, your associations, your direction. That is the real prize. If this series shifted how you see power, money, and identity, then don't stop here. Like this video so the algorithm pushes this message to others who need it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next breakdown. Because we're going even deeper into psychological leverage and strategic positioning. Most people will scroll past this. You didn't, and that already separates you